Hello and welcome to Game Over Year, the video game podcast created by gamers for gamers, with your hosts Leon
And Dave, hi!
Woohoo! It's just two of us this
Just
week.
two of us.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's Bank Holiday Monday, so we're starting a bit earlier this week. And how's your Bank Holiday weekend been so far, Dave?
Well, most of my Bank Holiday Monday has been spent editing and preparing all sorts of Outlast goodies. So I have actually been out though. I have sampled the lovely weather because obviously I've taken my dog, well, my friend's dog, for a walk. But that's been the extent of my Bank Holiday Monday. What about yourself?
Yeah, I've been out a few times. I ventured up to the castle this weekend in Nottingham, so that was fun. But that's about it, really. I mean, a lot of gaming though, for sure.
Nice.
Well,
Yes,
yeah. Sorry, Dave.
I said I managed to, in between the editing, I've been on my mobile, so I have done some gaming, like mobile gaming, just to keep my hand in, just to remember how gaming actually works. I'm not completely alienated from that sort of thing.
Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Right then. Well, let's dive into some games. Do you want to go first, my man?
Sure, I only have the one game, and that is Outlast the Second. Outlast 2 launched a week ago now, 25th, I believe it was. I grabbed it as soon as I could, and then I've been attempting to play it whenever I can. And so far, it is awesome, incredibly scary, very weird, the goings on. It's completely different from the first game. The first game almost feels that you're in a more of a safer environment than the second one. The second one definitely has the extra creep factor where you feel that you're being watched all the time, and even when you're in a relatively safe area, you don't feel safe at all. But it may just be because it's the time I played it so a few times now, so it's kind of more familiar. It is definitely darker. There is a lot more twisted goings on and stuff. But I don't want to spoil too much. There will be videos going up at a later stage, but obviously because it is a new game and people may not have played it yet, I don't want to give anything away just yet.
Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Well, I mean, if that's all for you, then I could.
Yeah, that's it. Short and sweet. I can play a game that has been scary the shit out of me. I recommend go play it and get the shit scared out of you. I've not got all the way through yet, so I've still probably got a few surprises on the way. So yeah, that's about it really. Go play it. It's awesome.
Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Well, I was lucky enough to be given a review code for Dawn of War 3, and that has pretty much been taking my time this week. This weekend in general. And that is a great game. And I'm not just saying it because I've got a review code for it on that.
Yes, I hope it's a good game. I'll give you my money.
Oh, I can't even play my video right now. It's just... Oh, there we go. Now it's letting me play my video. There we go. So let's switch that over. Let's hit my live screen. And there we go. So you can see some sort of footage going on in the background as such. And now the cool thing I sort of like about this game is that there's a lot of things I like about this game. At first, the thing what I didn't kind of like at first, what I was kind of talking about when I was playing the beta originally, there was a problem with the fact that it was very MOBA-like. And that kind of pissed me off a little bit because I was like, oh yeah, but it's meant to be a strategy game, where's all of my where is the the base building and all that kind of thing. And I think I was being a little bit harsh with it because there is actually some base building in the game. You do actually have to kind of build some things, but the main kind of sort of thing for this game is that you're not really going out to go and destroy the other person's base. There's like three things that you have to try and attack. There's there's like a shield generator, there's a turret, and then there's sort of the main sort of power generator. And once you've taken out all three of those things, or rather, it's when you take out the power generator, really, that's when you win. As such. Now, I mean, like I've played a few sort of multiplayer games now, and I've definitely got into it a lot more. There is sort of there's sort of more strategy to it, I would say, because of the fact that usually you're just sort of going, oh yeah, fuck it, I'm just going to build up as much shit as I can and try and take out the opponent's base. Where with this, you kind of have to be a bit more like, right, no, okay, I need to kind of have the right sort of unit, sort of disposition to be able to actually go and take out the base take out the certain things that are there. So you got your shield generator, which fairly easy to kind of take down. The turret is sort of a bit more difficult because of the fact that it's firing at you, and it actually has it's sort of like it sort of shoots in a line kind of thing, and obviously it can move into different directions, but when it's shooting into a line, you've got to sort of think about it this way, that you want to be moving your units around. You're not going to want them all sort of like selecting them all and just going, yeah, attack it. You want to kind of surround it a little bit, because if you are just going to have your units in that straight line, that turret is just going to fucking mow you down, and you don't want to be doing that.
End of troops, very much.
And it really is, and I think that's probably why at first when I was playing the game I was like, oh fuck, I'm not sure if I'm digging this. Now sort of playing more of it, like I said, I've got into it. I understand, a little bit more about the unit composition. There is only sort of three sort of types that you can be, which is the Space Marines, the Eldar, or the Orcs. I'm hoping that later on that we might see sort of Tyranids, sort of make an appearance, but nothing as of yet. But I've actually playing the campaign a lot more sort of over the weekend, and I think I'm on the 8th mission now. So I've gone through 7. Yeah, exactly.
How many?
Yeah, I've gone through 7 of the missions, and like when I first played it, because obviously I still didn't quite understand the game. Like the first mission that I did, I absolutely got destroyed, and I was just sort of like, what the fuck, I shouldn't be getting destroyed. It was even telling me what to fucking do, and I was just like going, yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna select all the units and just march them in. Just don't ever do that.
Yeah.
You're like,
no. But it's Dawn of War. Dawn of War has never been an easy game to play.
No, and so it did take some getting used to at first, but sort of once I kind of got the handle of it, I think I died on the second mission as well, but after that I've been pretty solid, but that's because I've kind of taken it a lot slower, and so the result of that is that's the only reason I've sort of done only 7 missions as such, because each mission is sort of taking me anywhere between like 20 minutes to like 45 minutes or so.
It's the same when I've played strategy games like Dune 2000. I think it only has 8 missions in the entire game, but each of one of those can take anything between 20 minutes and 2 hours, depending on how you play it and how quickly you rush in, or how long you spend building up your troops.
No, I mean, I suppose it is totally all about, building that right sort of selection of troops and, upgrading, just sort of making sure that you actually know what you're doing. Because if you don't, then you just get destroyed so easily, so quickly. I'm definitely looking for people to play some multiplayer games with, I want to do some 3v3. I want to get 2 other people with me and sort of go in it properly, because at the moment I've just sort of been going with random people, and with sort of mixed varies of success and failure. So I don't know. I'm definitely going to be playing this game a lot more. I'm actually surprised on how much I'm really enjoying it. I've been actually struggling to put the game down, which is a good sign.
That's good.
Yeah,
Kind of a good game.
yeah, no, 100%. I for any like Warhammer fans out there, it's definitely a must-have. I know there was a lot of people on the fence because of the way they had put their multiplayer out, because that is the only game mode. There isn't like your standard kind of deathmatch or anything like that. It is just this one style of multiplayer. So a lot of people were kind of a bit salty on that at first, but honestly, just give it a go. Actually sort of get, play a few games, try and get to grips with it, and then you'll totally understand why that this is the the only game mode in some sense in the game.
The only one you ever want or need.
Yeah, exactly, Dave, exactly. I mean, there is sort of, there is a few little sort of bugbears that I found where, like, you have to kind of unlock things, like you can unlock sort of special kind of stuff. You can kind of see on the I'm not sure if you can see me hovering over here on the right hand side. Yeah, you can. I've got like these sort of special kind of ability kind of things. I can't remember what they're bloody called now. You have to unlock them, and the only way to unlock them is just by playing the game more. You get skulls, and then you can use those skulls to redeem, like to get these different abilities. But for some of these abilities as well, you need to be level 8 within the faction or the elite as such.
That's fairly reasonable. You want to invest the time in the game. You don't want to be able to have all the shiny things straight off the bat. There needs to be a reason to hang around and keep playing the game.
I get that, but it's just I'm sort of more thinking that maybe some people might have a bit more of an advantage to the newer players as such, because of the fact that they don't have really any of these kind of abilities at first. So it could open up to sort of that kind of level, but if you play it enough, then I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. It's like any MOBA or any sort of go in. You might end up playing against someone who has either got more skill than you, or got a better understanding of how the game works. So you're always going to be at a slight disadvantage when you're new and starting the game. It all down to how the matchmaking works and how the laddering works. It's that if you've unlocked these special abilities, whether or not it lets them play with people who don't have those special abilities. And that would be a bit unfair. So, it would be nice that once you get those, you can only play against people who also have them, to sort of level the playing field a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose that the other thing I should mention is that you can only have 3 of them at a time, and there is shitloads of them. So, I mean, you do get some skulls at the beginning, so you can sort of unlock some, but, like some of the sort of ones that you can kind of start with aren't that fantastic in the first place. So that's why I was sort of a bit like, I wasn't sure on that kind of level.
Can you redeem them back? So say if you buy something, you're like, no, this ability is rubbish, I hate it, it's not doing anything for me.
No.
You can then return it.
No, you just unlock it basically.
So it's worth doing some reading up on it before purchasing any skills.
But I mean, I think you do sort of earn skulls, every multiplayer game that you play, any campaign game that you play as well, you unlock more skulls as well, because you use those particular ability stuff within the campaign as well. I thought, while I'm sort of talking about the campaign a little bit, I thought it was really cool that there isn't really like proper cutscenes in the game. It's not like video cutscenes. It's sort of all mainly sort of art, which I actually quite liked. It's sort of like it's really nicely done, tastily done, and it's got like voiceovers over the top, which I thought was actually a really good idea. Which oddly enough,
definitely. It makes you feel more in the game.
Yeah, actually, and then obviously everything else then happens within the game as such. So you're not really taken out from it too much. You can easily skip through and still know what's going on, because within the game there is good narration and something that's going on from the elites. It's clear what you're meant to be doing. As with any other kind of strategy game as well, you do actually have the like bonus objectives, all that kind of jazz as well, which, you can actually earn more skulls, by completing those bonus objectives within the mission as well. So yeah, there's plenty going on there. I'm playing it on normal difficulty at the moment. There is a harder difficulty. Cool thing is that achievements wise, it's unlocking the casual and the normal at the same time as soon as I complete it on normal. So I assume if you were to do it all on hard in the first instance, it would unlock all 3 tiers of the achievements. So it's not like you have to go through it again and again.
Although it does cut down on the replayability.
Yeah, I think it's more catering towards multiplayer. I think it's catering more towards the multiplayer, really.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But it's nice when if you play on a particular. It's more if you play on normal, you get 1 achievement, then you get hard, and then you get uber hard. But you don't really want to play it on hard and then uber hard. You want to try it on normal so you get a feel of the game, and then you want to uber hard it. So the fact that if you do uber hard, it then unlocks hard at the same time is kind of handy, because it did that with Wolfenstein. So I only played it on normal the first time through, and then I played it on uber setting, and it unlocked the other hard setting for me as well, which is nice.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. But I mean, all in all, there has been a few other games that I've been playing. I mean, just a big sort of shout out that the fact that I got a new television downstairs. And because I've got a television downstairs, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pick up a Steam Link so that I can play, my PC games downstairs on the television down there. I picked it up from CEX for £22, which is fucking bargain, I would say, on that level.
I don't actually know what a Steam Link is.
Well, it is a really interesting bit of kit. It means that I can stream my Steam games as such directly downstairs to my TV downstairs. So this is basically, it's just a little micro console where you can just you're essentially on your PC but downstairs, and I don't have to move my PC downstairs.
Oh, that's handy. So what about keyboard and mice and things like that? Or wireless, I guess?
I've got a wireless keyboard and mouse that I'm using for it, which is pretty good. Then the other cool thing that it has Bluetooth built into it as well. So I've mapped one of my PS4 controllers to the Steam Link, and via Steam Big Picture, I can just play all my games with my PS4 controller. Nice.
And this is only Steam games?
You can actually go onto your PC as well. I suppose if you add them as a shortcut, you can potentially play them as well. I must admit, I've had it hasn't been particularly successful when I've tried to play non-Steam games so far. Because, for example, I was trying to play Halo Wars, but Halo Wars is a bloody Windows game anyway, so I think that's probably why it probably didn't work, because just Windows games are fucking annoying. I've seen like people post up online that they can do things through Origin fine. The way that they do that is that they just literally put Origin through as a like an additional kind of thing, and you can map things through to it easily on there, which is good. So honestly, it's a fucking neat bit of kit. I'm really impressed with it, and I'm definitely going to be playing some more games downstairs. I mean, there's some games that I want to talk about next week instead of like sort of putting all my games out there this week, because there's a couple of games that I've just recently picked up that are really fucking cool, but you can wait until next week for that, guys.
So it looks a lot better on the TV than it does on your monitor then?
Oh fuck yeah, it does. I mean, I was playing Elite Dangerous, for example, downstairs on the bigger screen, and I was just like, yes, this is awesome. I am flying my spaceship in my living room.
Well, it's my birthday coming up, so maybe I will ask for one of these as a present.
It's pretty neat. I mean, I'd recommend 100%, you know, to do everything via cable. I wouldn't do it over wireless. I've read a lot of stuff, you know, out there where it's just sort of there's sort of latency, you know, maybe there might be sort of drops in the video, you know, FPS and everything, but I'm doing everything via like my power line adapters that I've already got in the wall. So I'm using Ethernet up here, you know, going through the power line downstairs, and then it's going out into my router. Then the Steam Link itself is going directly into my router as well via Ethernet. So definitely recommended for cable setups, unless you've got really fucking good wireless, like the more around the 5 gigahertz kind of wireless. It should work. No. Well, I mean, this is wireless. This is not your internet, Dave. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think it even goes that high even for my wireless. But you know, I'll check it out. But I definitely have. I can certainly wire it up if I need to.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Because I mean, like literally, the guy when I bought it at CEX, he was sort of going, yeah, you using this via a wire setup, right? And I was like, yeah, I've already read up all about it. I know I should be using a wired network for it. And he was just like, yeah, because I've heard it doesn't work very well, you know. And I was like, okay, I'm sure it'll work fine. And honestly, it has been fucking magical. Just being able to go on my PC, like without having to lug my PC downstairs to be able to play games, it has been an absolute fucking dream. Yeah, honestly, I recommend it to everyone. Don't bother.
It's basically an excuse to get out of your room and enjoy the rest of the household.
Yeah. Exactly. So, you know, just honestly recommend it highly. Don't bother buying it brand new. I mean, brand new, like the RRP's around £39.99. I've seen sort of some going around 32 quid, but CEX used £22, fucking bargain.
Nice. We have CEX over here in Ireland, so I'll have stick my nose in and ask about.
Yeah, you should, my man. You should, because honestly, it's totally worth it. So let's do some news. No, I mean, last week, just to sort of catch up, we did speak about the Xbox One games for May. We have now got the PS4 games for May, and sort of a mixed bag there. Some pretty cool games. Like we've got well, I mean, let's go through the list here. We've got Tales from the Borderlands on PS4, which is actually it's from Telltale Games. It's, you know, their kind of style of things, which, you know, they've done pretty well in the past with their kind of games. So I think I'm definitely.
Well, Telltale Games have always been great. The Telltale Games have always been great at the adventure game style of things. They're doing Secret of Monkey Island, or those, I believe.
Yes.
They sort of did the remake of those, and then obviously they did The Walking Dead, and then they did Wolfman, and then there were some really big ones that they did as well. God, I can't think off the top of my head. But then obviously they moved into Minecraft, and everyone was like, Minecraft as an adventure game can't be done. But they did, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And that was this one.
Yeah, I mean, the other game that we've got is on PS4 anyway. Obviously, there is other games out there, but it's Abzu, which looks pretty neat, actually. It's just sort of like a...
Looks like Echo the Dolphin.
I don't know. Maybe we could compare it to that, because I mean, they are certainly sort of going around with dolphins there, but it looks like a sort of scuba diving kind of game a little bit. You know, just swimming around. I have literally no idea about this game. It looks pretty. I'll definitely check it out and sort of see what's going on with it. But I mean, they're the sort of the two sort of main games that were on PS4. There are a couple other games that that are there. That this was one for the PS3, which is Port Royale 3, Pirates and Merchants. There's also Laser Disco Defenders, which is on PS Vita, which is also a cross-buy with PS4. So I'm assuming the saves probably transfer between the two. I love it when games do that. Keep doing that. And then we've got another cross-buy title as well, which is Type Rider on the. So there are our PS Plus games for this month.
Yeah.
Now,
still not as good as Lego Star Wars, though.
No. I think on the PlayStation Plus kind of level, I think they have kind of been dropping their guard recently on their games. But I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't complain really. They're within my subscription at the end of the day. I would be subscribing anyway just to be able to play games online on my PS4, so I shouldn't grumble really.
Indeed. It's a free game. What's not to love about a free game? And it's like amazingly terrible. But none of those that you've listed are amazingly terrible. So
no, not at all. I think the Telltale Games one, the Tales of Borderlands, is a big heavy hitter in itself. I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out. Now, as we are sort of speaking about the PS4 kind of jazz, there has sort of been sort of some rumblings out there from a sort of a securities analyst called Damien Fong, who said he expects the Sony to release its next generation's PlayStation by the second half of 2018. Now, I think he's been pretty good at predicting kind of things in the past with kind of consoles, but I think I think it's kind of a logical kind of thing. The only reason why I say this is because obviously Xbox have got their Scorpio coming. I think is it the end of the year? I think it's something like that.
Well, how much time was there between Xbox 360 and Xbox One?
I think it was a 10-year cycle.
Okay, so how much difference was there between PS3 and PS4?
I think it was reasonably around the same because they released sort of pretty quickly within each other, I think.
Yeah, so it seems a bit weird that we've only. I mean, how long has PS4 been out for?
I don't know. Probably about 5-6 years now, maybe.
Really, PS4's been out that long?
Maybe I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. Let's have a look. PS4 release date. I'm looking it up. Don't worry. I've got it. 2013. Okay. So we're coming up to 5 years.
Holy crap! Still haven't got one.
Yeah, exactly. So
I didn't think they'd been out that long.
Yeah, no, it's been going for a while now, man. So you need to hurry up.
Absolutely. So thinking, but the PS4 has only just come out, and we can't have a new one straight away. But yeah, so if it's been between 10 years, but obviously people are getting better with technology and being able to move forward in that. So yeah, so it would kind of make sense that you're looking at about 6-7 years between. But there's probably still a lot that you can do with the previous or the current gen console.
I think. I think because if you look at what the Scorpio's doing as such, it's kind of bridging the gap a little bit. It's not going, all right, fuck everything before, we're bringing out a new console. Here's what's going on. They're kind of going, well, you're still going to be able to play your old games on it. And I think we're kind of going into that more of that kind of territory now, which is really good for consumers on that kind of, because it means that we don't have to re-buy our games every bloody time a console comes out. So I think
that was one of the big arguments for backwards capability, was the case of no, this is console isn't backwards capable. Right, now we're going to release all the games again, and you're like, oh god. So it's nice that they conglomerating everything.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely. So I mean, I don't think it because I don't think it's sort of. I think it's a sort of a logical step. I mean, obviously they went with their PS4 Pro, but I don't feel like it's really got enough bang for its buck. In comparison to what the Xbox Scorpio is going to be doing. Project Scorpio. They haven't really given the proper name for it yet, I don't think. So yeah, I think it's definitely a logical thing for them to try and compete against the Xbox Scorpio. So we'll definitely we'll just have to keep an eye out for it. We're probably thinking that there's probably going to be announcements towards the end of the year. So yep, I'm sure we'll be on it. Now,
no doubt. But yeah, you guys will be on it, and I'll just add it to my list of things to potentially buy in about 10 years' time.
Yeah, you might get one eventually. You might get one.
Eventually.
I think the sort of the biggest kind of point news this week that we've kind of had was obviously we had the big reveal trailer for Call of Duty, World War II, I don't know, it just says WW2, so probably World War II. So they're going back to their roots kind of thing where, they were doing the old shooters back in the day. And, graphically it looks absolutely amazing, actually. And maybe could this be the first Call of Duty that I actually play in a long time? Because literally everything within this reveal trailer is actual in-game footage as well, so which is
that's great.
Yeah, it is for sure. So I mean, like there is sort of, I mean, it's Sledgehammer as well, and Sledgehammer have been generally the good ones at when it comes to playing when it comes to making these games. They have kind of alluded towards that they're going to be doing like zombies and stuff like that as well, not within this trailer, but there's like a website up at the moment where sort of they're kind of hinting towards it. So now I think one of the best zombie modes that we had in the past was I think it was World at War, and I believe that was a Sledgehammer one. So it's in the right hands. It is looking very pretty, but I don't know. I'm really not too fussed about what World War games, if I'm honest. But I can understand why that they've necessarily gone for this, because Battlefield has had a massive success with their sort of World War One. Sort of one as such, because they were all about world wars back in the day as well. So we're just seeing this sort of regression back to, in some sense, of where they've come from. And I think on that kind of level, a lot of gamers out there who are sort of fans of the series are quite happy about it. I am still yet to sort of see it. I mean, I want to see some proper kind of footage first. The sort of, I mean, I know this is the real trailer. It's kind of giving us a good taster as such, but I want to see this beta when it comes out as well. I know that we've got a sort of a beta coming up. If you pre-order the game, you get access to the beta. Also, we know that it's going to be coming out on the 3rd of November as well. So, it's another Call of Duty game for this year. So, I don't know. We'll have to see, really, won't we?
Indeed. But, looking at the comments, it seems a lot of people are looking forward to it. And, it is returning back to the original Call of Duty roots. We're not going the way of cyborgs or bionic soldiers or any of that nonsense. It's just good old-fashioned big guns and explosions and people dying all over the shop.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, I mean, that wraps up a very short cast for us this week. Unless there's anything else that you want to talk about, Dave, I think that's about it. I want to move on to playing some video games.
Yeah, video games, absolutely. That's what we're here for, playing the games. No, in terms of news or anything like that, I can't think of anything.
Well, that's all good, my man. Well, let's quickly wrap up this cast. And, if anyone is watching out there on Twitch, we are going to be moving on to Rampage nights after this. And it will be up on YouTube after the fact for those people listening after the fact. So, anyway, if you'd like to take part in a conversation, you can either post on our Facebook or at facebook.com/GameOverYear.
You can tweet us using @GoVYear, and you can also follow us on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/GoVYear, which is spelled GOVERYEAH. And as Mike's not here, I would do his thing as well, and saying that you can subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/user/GameOverYearUK, and you can also drop us an email at contactus@gameoveryear.net. Because we like emails.
Yes, we do. Come on, send us some emails. And don't forget the most important place where you can find all these lovely links at our website, gameoveryear.net. Thank you for joining us, and until next time,
Game over Year.